Ain't no way, ain't no how. I'ma let somebody come and shut me down. Hold my own, I'ma stand my ground. I'ma rep my city and salute my town. Said ain't no way, ain't no how. I'ma let somebody come and shut me down. I'ma hold my own, I'ma stand my ground. And I'm ready for whatever, and I still stand proud. Ain't no way. Who you think you kidding, dude? Never thought that I would do.
What up, though? It is your boy Mike D, host of Wrestling from the 313, and we are back for another special 313Palooza episode. Today we are here to recap everything that happened in the PLE. As always, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. This episode is brought to you by WSN. Make sure you go to Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, Apple TV, download the app. They got a lot of cool content on there. Wrestling cartoons, wrestling documentaries, wrestling TV shows, wrestling shows from indie promotions, anything wrestling, they got it on there. And also don't forget to sign up for a free account on the WrestlingSociety.com. That's the official WSN website where you can go to the podcast room and catch all of our podcasts and other podcasters in the IWC. And also, as always, WSN has a Pantheon subscription. So make sure you check them out, subscribe, and check out all the exclusive shows that they got over there on Pantheon. So my guests are back with me, members of the Main Event Roundtable, Hall of Famer Professor Bear, Sam from the Samp and Chance podcast. What's going on, fellas?
It's Sunday. Finally.
Yeah, football Sunday. It's been a gloomy day here in Michigan. It was raining a little bit, and you know how that rain do. It get you all sleepy and just get you all restless and stuff. But, you know, we had to do this episode. I appreciate y'all coming on as always.
I love summer. I really do. But I think the one beautiful thing that, now I'm not sure about you, Professor, because I don't know if Tennessee goes through this, but the northern United States and Canada, we actually get seasons.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And you know, for me, outside of the transition of fall and winter, because it's pretty much the same, I do appreciate the transition between summer and fall. You know, part of me is, I'm tank top and T-shirt and shorts guy, but there's a part that wants to put a hoodie on when September hits, you know, and
yeah,
you know, but then by February, I'm done. And I'm ready for my tank top and shorts. Right? So I accept it, man. If it's cold, it's going to be cold. If it's going to be hot, it's hot. But I love it, man. I love this time of year.
I always, it's funny that you say that because I was just talking to my sister about it. And we love football. Me and her love football.
Yeah.
And I said, but the only thing, I said, football goes so fast. And then when you look up, it's over. It's winter. And I'm like, man, what happened to that nice fall weather? It goes by so fast.
Right.
Yeah, but fall in a way becomes winter in its own right. You know what you think about? Like, if you think about, like, okay, first off, guys, happy first day of fall.
Yeah, it is the first day of fall. I thought
it
it was
is
tomorrow.
The first day of fall, man. It's the fall equinox today. So some crazy shit's going down in Stonehenge. The pagans love it. It's true though. They have ceremonies and everything. Like, a lot of people really celebrate this equinox. These new age kind of individuals and very spiritually earthly. You know, I mean, there's something to those guys. They're the most peaceful and calm bunch I've ever met.
And since you brought that up, I'm gonna have to give a quick shout out to my son. Tomorrow is his birthday.
Hey,
happy birthday!
Happy birthday to my eldest son, Brian. I love you, man. And
very cool.
You keep me, you and your sister keep me calm, and that's why I'm still being able to do what I do now. I thank you and I love y'all.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
That's
how old?
Happy birthday.
He is let's see, he is 20, he'll be 28.
Oh wow, 28.
Cool.
I remember 28. Anyways, That's a different show called Samson After Dark. Let's move on.
All right, fellas. We're gonna talk about the matches, but one of the things that happened at the Wrestlepalooza PLE. First of all, what did y'all think about just the overall presentation and just the atmosphere with it being on ESPN now? And I'll start with you, Sam.
Okay, honestly, very simple. I didn't think it was a spectacular show. I thought the Netflix debut had a bit more oomph behind it. I walked away from this ESPN deal realizing how many people they'll actually reach to now.
Mm-hmm.
ESPN is mainstream. Like when we're talking mainstream, right? You know, and I'm not sure if it was Triple H or someone that I heard on an interview during the week. You know, when I was a kid, there were times where I wished the results would have been on ESPN or the equivalent that we had. That's going to happen now. So I mean, that reach aspect of it is there now.
Yeah.
Delivered on the program, it was an okay show. I'm not going to shit on the show in any way, but I just thought for everything they built this up to be,
it was just kind of like
it was just a normal show.
Yeah,
Had its ups, it had its downs. Some were good, some were bad. But the reality of it was, I could have called this just Netflix. I could have called this a Monday Night Raw. I could have called this anything.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, this just. I'm not saying something was missing. It was just an average show.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I feel you. Definitely feel you. What's your thoughts, Professor Bear?
One of the main key things that I've noticed right off the bat was you can tell the difference between Peacock and ESPN. Boy, at first I thought it was me. I'm like, what is these colors are bright? Man, I can actually see stuff.
Yeah.
And then I thought, well, maybe it's just my TV and it's older and cheap. Then I'm like, no, this is just, wow, this is what we missed. I can understand why they went to ESPN because the everything just crisp. It looked great. That's the first thing I noticed about it. Now, as far as the card win, it was like, it could have been a Monday Night Raw, a SmackDown, anything. But I thought that was they definitely did an upgrade on their look by far.
Yeah.
Even with their issues that ESPN had, and of course they were going to have it because they didn't check, they rushed it out. But still, just when I want to see some not great wrestling, just want to see a great production. Like Sat has said so many times, there's nobody that can touch WWE in production value, and ESPN has just raised the bar that much more.
Yeah, like Raw 1000 was a better show. Like, you know, I expected more. I really truly just expected more from last night's show. I don't know if I'm tired. Like, we talked a little quickly off about that over the year. Like, I mean, think about it, man. And I say this with the greatest humility. By the time we got to the main event of that wrestling show last night, I was tired. Because, I mean, the day started at 12 noon Pacific for me.
Okay.
With the AW, and then I'm not complaining. This is beautiful. I get to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But man, I mean, even loving something, you get tired, and I think I was just tired, and because I think I knew I had boxing going on as well that I had to catch up on and watch. But I expected more from the show. I just truly did. I mean, it was like I said, it was okay, but the surprises weren't there. And let's break it down.
Yeah. So I guess this may have been one of the surprises that Triple H was talking about. Undertaker came out to the ring, went into the crowd, sat next to Stephanie, and basically told her she's the first inductee in the 2026 WWE Hall of Fame, which was surprising. So I'm gonna start with you, Professor Bear. What was your thoughts when you heard that she was going into the Hall of Fame?
I thought well deserved. If anybody who's ever kept up with me knows I'm not a big Stephanie McMahon fan, but she deserves every bit of the praise she gets as far as what she's brought to the business of wrestling.
Yeah.
You could tell it was a legitimate surprise with the look on her face.
Yeah.
She did everything she could not to cry.
Yeah.
I thought when I first heard the Undertaker's music, I thought, what the hell? Oh God, this already is not the greatest pay-per-view. What is this? That actually made me a little happier. Again, because it was different. It wasn't a traditional thing that they done. It was a legitimate surprise to her. I saw later on they showed the clip of Triple H in the back crying, which I thought, hey, that's just sweet. Whether you like them or not, for him to cry that his wife is going in, that was just a great moment. And I enjoyed it. It was something different. And you could tell she was truly touched by it. And for Nick Khan to get out there to hug her, I thought they did a great job on that aspect.
That's what's up. What's your thoughts, Sam?
Bear encompassed it all, man. I mean, it's I have no issue with it at all, to be completely honest. I mean, to think about it, you know, she's been around forever.
Yeah.
And if you really go back and see how far back she goes, like, you know, we were talking about yesterday, the chronological thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be really cool to take the look at Stephanie McMahon's trajectory from the very beginning to where she is, from being a model for WWE Shop, I guess, whatever it was at that time.
Yeah,
you know
she
what
used
I
to
mean?
be in the magazine when they used to have a
And,
catalog.
you know, you can't, you know, and the one thing that I'm finding troublesome these days is how many people online just want to shit on everything.
Yeah.
And I don't read stuff, but whenever I talk to my beloved co-host Chance, he fills me in on all the negative stuff that's being spewed out there, right? It's nepotism, it's that. But look, guys, I'm gonna say this, man. I'm tired of it. I truly am. I told you guys I had stuff to say today. I'm tired of people crapping on stuff. Like, just enjoy the show for what it is. Most of the people crapping on it never saw Stephanie the way we probably saw Stephanie growing up, right? Like, I mean, I'm not saying she was one of the greatest things to ever happen to wrestling, but man, she had an impact on it.
Yeah.
Right? The corporate ministry. Who can ever forget when, you know, she was about to be put up on a cross and Stone Cold saved her? Who would have thought that at the time? That would never have happened, considering all the stuff that Vince and he were going through. So, you know what I mean? It's just all these little details. Does she deserve it? Absolutely. You know what question I had? Why are they announcing it in September? That was what I was wondering.
You know what, you're right about that. Yeah,
I
because they
wasn't
never
bothered about the fact that she's going in, because she's going to go in eventually. Is it nepotism? No, she earned it. Where's the nepotism in that?
Right.
Right?
Yeah,
Because don't know McMahon's own WWE now, so it's like
exactly. The other thing is, I'm tired of people saying, "Oh, well, Triple H is only where he is because he married the boss's daughter." Before he even married her, people, he was in production meetings. He was already under Vince's wing. Take it for what you want, whatever. It worked out that he married the guy's daughter, sure. But if Vince didn't want him there, he wouldn't have had him there.
That's
true.
We know what Vince is all about. I'm just saying, guys, I'm sorry. I'm just tired of negativity on the things that I love. Like,
I feel you.
The nitpicking is so stupid. It's so immature. It's just nonsense. Like, enjoy it. It is what it is. What was awkward about that was probably The Undertaker, in my opinion. Throughout my whole career, I love The Undertaker, okay? I will always say, like, everyone's Mount Rushmore is always going to be a little different. If I'm picking with my analytical brain, it's different from what I'm picking with my heart.
Right.
Right? But my heart, Mount Rushmore includes Triple H and The Undertaker, right? And that's because of the interactions I had with my father when we watched wrestling. It has a lot to do with a lot of that childhood stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always wish that Taker talked more as a kid, but yesterday I wish he didn't talk that much. It just looked awkward. It was a nice segment, but I will honestly say it looked awkward. Fair?
It, for me, yes, it was definitely
It was an
awkward.
awkward thing.
It was definitely awkward, but I actually enjoyed that
Yes.
awkwardness because it made it more humanized.
Mm-hmm.
Because with, like you said, eh, the kids do not understand how Undertaker never broke character. Never.
Okay. Back in the day when we had house shows and stuff, and remember I shared with you guys how much they used to come, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was Yoko and The Undertaker that made me smart to the business at a house show when I saw them hug backstage. That same show, we all run to the back where they were all leaving. Paul Bear is driving, Yoko's in the front seat, and Taker is in full gear still with the hat down.
Yeah.
So the man never broke character. You're right.
Yeah. It wasn't until like when he switched over and did the American Badass character that we seen like him be, more human. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But even then, he never broke character.
Huh?
Even then, he never broke character.
That's true. That's true. But just to give my opinion real quick.
Yeah.
Like you guys said, and no argument from me, she deserved it. You know what I'm saying? From the times, like you said, when she was in the catalog, wearing the t-shirts, and then when she was in storylines, then she started off with she was in a relationship with Tess, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So and then to see all that from the corporate ministry to the McMahon Helmsley era, and then the McMahons coming together as a family and taking over the company, and then the Authority, like she's done, she performed very well on screen, but the stuff that she's done off the screen, kind of revamping the women's division, and just on the business side, she's done a lot. So she definitely deserves her flowers and deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. So no arguments here for me.
Stephanie came out at a time where they were winning. If you equate them to like a sports team, okay? She joined the main roster at a time when they were winning championship after championship after championship, right? Like, there's not many rookies who join a team right off the bat and, win 3 championships. And that's what she was, sort of a deal. And then she actually had to navigate through probably the dark age of wrestling in the early 2000s until it picked up again. So, I mean, credit to her, man. That was some dark stuff we had to go through with Billy and Chuck and SmackDown and the way it was just everything was. So,
And it's funny. It's funny the way you said that. You just described Kobe Bryant.
Yeah. Yeah, because he came right in, like he didn't win the championship right away when he got when he got to the Lakers. I think it was like maybe 3 or 4 years. His first 3 or 4 years he didn't. Then he eventually won.
And then and as soon as they got rid of Shaq, he easily could have left.
Yeah.
But he wanted to stay and prove a point. And that's why I was like, man, that Stephanie and Kobe.
Honestly, Kobe, yeah, I'm not a huge basketball man at all because of the history of what the NBA did to my city and Seattle. That's for another show. But Kobe Bryant, if I have to take any athlete, like all athletes combined of all sports, there was nobody who had the mentality like Kobe Bryant. You can't touch it.
I feel ain't
Just
no
the way the
argument.
man's mind worked and how dedicated he was. A lot of times when I don't feel like doing something, I don't know why he comes in my mind. I say, shit, I have no excuse. Right? I always remember the best of the best of the best of the best of the best.
Yeah, definitely.
This
So
level's the best, and Kobe was probably that guy.
definitely. So real quick, so with Stephanie going in, does that make you all feel some type of way of like Vince not getting in, or do you think that maybe somewhere down the line we see Vince getting inducted?
Yes, because
Oh,
in all the promos that we saw last night for ESPN, and I don't know if you go back and see one where they go back to when WWE was very regional still, and ESPN was very regional. They had a
Yeah,
lot of shots of Vince in there. Vince is coming
true.
back eventually, man. They're peppering Vince throughout stuff now again. He's coming back.
it's like this the way I look at it. No matter if you like Vince or don't, you agree with what they charging him with or you don't. He is wrestling.
Oh,
If
yeah.
it wasn't for Vince, and a lot of people don't like Vince, don't like what he did to the territorial days. But if it wasn't for Vince and him doing what he did, we wouldn't be here right now
That's true.
doing what we love, to be able to complain or give high fives to the sport. And a lot of these guys wouldn't be making the money they're making. So
No,
eventually, I think he is going to get in. It may be one of those. He's going to have to He's going to have to die first. Then they'll put him in. But yeah, he definitely will go. If Vince doesn't go in, there's no damn WWE Hall of Fame.
well, I mean, we don't really have a WWE Hall of Fame per se to go
Well,
to.
right.
No,
I
no,
just
look,
in principle.
I'll be honest. After talking yesterday, I had a thought. You said, Bear, McMahon is wrestling. TKO is a production company. They know nothing about wrestling, and that's why we're seeing what we're seeing now with everything. And I might be unpopular for this, but I think wrestling needs a little bit of Vince McMahon right now.
No, I definitely don't disagree with you.
Yeah.
It's there, and you can. I think it's in the air. No matter, it's the yin and yang effect. I like to call it.
Yeah.
You can't have good without having bad. Because if you don't have that bad, how you know something's good?
That's true. That's
Yeah.
definitely true.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, let's start breaking down the matches.
Oh, there were
First match-
matches?
You say what?
Sorry, brother. Carry on.
We'll break down the first match. This was pretty much a slaughterhouse, kind of Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. We both had picked Cena to win this match. We all was wrong. Brock Lesnar. I think the dope part of this match was when Paul Heyman came out and did the intro for him. And I think that we're gonna see a lot of them together in the near future. But yeah, it was pretty much Brock Lesnar was pretty much throwing Cena around. Cena had his moments where he, got back into the match. He did the 3 attitude adjustments, and Brock still popped out. Brock got the win. Sam, what's your thoughts on the match?
I mean, I predicted the match right up to the point where he lost. I thought it would be one of those kind of things where Brock would do what Brock does, and Cena finds that one moment, and he found that one moment. Three AAs. And then after that, I felt bad for the guy. So coming out of the match, here's what I thought. Okay, if we were going to get a Brock back, because we've seen different alliterations of Brock, right? Cowboy Brock, Goofy Brock. Right now, wrestling needed this. WWE wrestling needed this Brock. This vicious, maniacal. You can't stop him. He is truly the beast again, and I liked it. For Cena, what does that mean? I don't know, because it's kind of like you got 4 more dates left, whatever. That's the other thing. And I think the bigger thing for me that, because I think of the storylines, right? I'm more of like, when I'm watching wrestling, I just think of what I'm seeing at the moment and how it's going to play out on the next episode. How does Seth Rollins react to this? Like, where does he fit in now? Like,
Right.
where is Paul Heyman's loyalties? Is he going with a Brock now again? Is he an Oracle and an Advocate? Like, this is where my mind's going. So that's what I'm interested in. We know Brock's around for a bit.
Mhm.
Heyman didn't go out with Becky or anything. We haven't seen Heyman and Paul at all throughout any of it for the last 2 weeks. Since Heyman's been back.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? So
yeah.
I'm curious, where does Seth fit in and Heyman and Brock fit in? That's where I'm going. Because look, Cena, he's got 4 dates left. I don't know what he's gonna do. Maybe we get to Cena again that keeps losing, because if you think about it, since he's gone back face, he's lost his last 2 matches.
That's true. Yeah.
And before he turned heel, he was losing all his matches as a face. His best run has been as a heel in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So Brock did what Brock did, man. I was wrong. And I'm happy I'm wrong. Maybe that was a surprise.
Right. Professor Bear, what's your thoughts?
Well, couple of things. One, I didn't see the match because I was still watching AEW, so I did not get the chance to see it at all. After I heard about it, I was like, okay, I have no idea why I decided Cena was going to win. I figured they would at least give Cena that win over Brock.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm thinking I'm the opposite too when it comes to why have a dominant Brock when who's going to stop him? Who do you have up there to do anything with him? The only person, well, 2 people that are close to it to me is Drew and Gunther. Them are the only 2. This is just me. And it's like, it to me is like, what's the point? He's a part-time guy. Again, they change storylines every time he comes back. He's dominant. He rarely puts people over. I don't understand what was the point of it.
If I may, fantasy booking on my part, I think the Gunther ship has sailed. I'm not excited. For me personally, I'm not excited for that as I was a year ago.
Yeah, I definitely understand why.
Because what they've done with Gunther and everything else, and him now being away, some of that luster's gone. I look at Gunther and I look at Brock and I look at the Brock that we got. Gunther would not stand a chance. Now, from a storyline perspective, like I said, how does Seth fit in? How do these guys fit in? Because they're all a part of something. Now, you want to get over the next guy who's supposed to be, and air quotations, the next guy. Then you got Brock versus Braun Breaker. That's the next one for me.
True.
This is where it might lead to.
Yeah, I forgot about Braun.
Right. I'm just looking. I'm not even Bronson Reed. Bronson Reed is this generation's Bam Bam Bigelow, in my opinion. The way he moves for a big man and everything. But Braun Breaker, if he's that guy, as they're touting him to be, if they're going to start pushing him like Roman Reigns, the way they did, this could be the catalyst. And Brock is known to put people over if he has to. He's done a great job of that in the last, couple runs that he's been here. He didn't have to put over Drew. He didn't have to do all the stuff he did with Drew, but he did to put him over. And even Drew has said to him when he beat him, he said, now don't fuck this, part of my language, don't F this up.
Right.
You got it. Right?
Yeah.
So Brock, for everything he is, he knows business as well.
No, that's one thing I don't give Brock enough credit for. He is a business-minded individual.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't like how WWE puts him in this bubble because you have that super villain. You got to have a super face,
Yeah.
and they don't.
And I think that super face will be Braun Breaker. He's been up there now. It's time. If we're looking at the future, as we saw with the show, as we go along here, Mike and guys, they did something really positive. And I think we're starting to see that now a little bit.
Hey, I can't lie, and I know he's not on the main roster yet. I would like to see Brock Lesnar over Finn.
Oh yeah,
I would love to see them, and like I said, I don't know what's up with them not bringing Obafemi up to the main roster, but whenever he does get to the main roster, I hope that that's something that they put into the work, because that would definitely be a fantasy match that I would love to see.
Oba isn't ready, in my opinion.
I
He's
agree.
got the look, he's got everything, but he would be so exposed if he
I
goes
agree.
to the main roster right now. I think what they're doing with him is the right thing. Same with Trick. Trick could have gone up there a
I
long
agree with
time
Trick
ago,
too. Yep.
but Trick still needs more seasoning. He's got the character, he's got the entertainment side of it, but he and Oba would be totally exposed, in my opinion, against on that stage.
Yeah. And it's funny, on that WWE documentary that they got on Netflix, Triple H said, I forgot who he was saying it to backstage, but he was saying that the women are coming along faster than the men are. That's why, and I said it, I'm like, that's why you see a lot of women getting called up to the main roster than you see men. The only men that got called up was Fraxium. You know what I'm saying? You got all these other top stars in NXT, and they not getting called up. So it's definitely, when he said that, I definitely agree with what he's saying. And it's like, I don't know what it is, but the guys are not catching up to speed.
well,
But
and
I think
I don't think it's a bad thing, honestly, because especially like Trick. He was the face. He was the face. But no disrespect, but he couldn't wrestle his way out of a paper bag.
yeah.
But giving him this heel run and him being over TNA shows he has that entertainment, which I never doubted. But he actually has done so much great character work as a heel that I'd rather him be a heel than a face on the main roster.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I really believe we're in that transitional phase. Sometimes it's slow, and because we consume so much of it, it's like we don't realize that our kids grow. But when someone who hasn't seen them for 6-7 months says, "Oh wow, you gotten taller," like, "Oh yeah, shit, okay, I see it now." You know what I mean?
There you
Same
go.
with wrestling, right? If we step back for 2-3 months, it'll be very different from what we watch today. So change is happening, guys. And people listening, like, stop shitting on stuff. Sorry, I can't. I think that's the theme of Sam today. Like, I don't know what it is, guys. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm, usually really.
Hey, it's all good, man. I feel you, man, because I feel the same way about basketball. I feel it with the whole Jordan and LeBron thing. I feel the same way.
There's nothing to talk about there.
I feel the same way with women's basketball and Angel Reese. Like, they just be.
Oh, that's a whole different story.
A whole different story. Like, I definitely agree. People just shitting on stuff that's supposed to be positive and always turn it into a negative.
But guys, girls, it's a show.
Yeah, at the end.
Show. All right.
Definitely.
I don't see the girls online talking crap about Victor Newman.
Right.
Right.
And surprisingly,
how many times does he have to cheat on Nikki? But
right.
the woman keeps coming back, man. Like, who's at fault?
and it's
I'm sorry, guys.
Oh no, I feel you. And surprisingly, like, when it comes to like TV shows and sports, the dudes are worse than the women. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, definitely.
Like, I swear we have a lot of dudes. Anyways, let's carry on. I don't want to.
Hey, I definitely feel you.
I feel like Tanner right now.
All right, so the second match we're gonna get into the tag match. The Usos reunited, took on the members of the Vision, the Bronson Reed and Brian Breaker. Pretty decent match. It was solid. It was cool to see the Usos back together. They were bringing up a lot of the history that happened in Indianapolis with the Usos and stuff. I'm still trying to figure out how it turned into an Extreme Rules match. You know what I'm saying?
I think it probably, first off, the match itself was what it was. Jey Uso is in protocol
Concussion,
shoot. That's a shoot. So I don't know if the outcome was supposed to happen the way it did. As far as the guest referee, which we got, on the thing, LA Knight, there was no heel changes. There was nothing. It was just a straight up match, and it became a hardcore match because he was just there to count shoulders.
Yeah, pretty
that's
much.
it, right?
And
So
y'all two got that match right.
That's probably the only one I got right. Yeah, one of two.
And I got it right, but I feel so wrong because I knew that they were going to win it, but it just felt like they just destroyed the Usos. I just sat there and thought, good God. Well, the biggest thing I thought was, this is the problem when you push one Uso over the other one. Now it feels like they're not together at all.
Yeah.
Jay.
Okay.
They made Jay look so helpless.
Okay. I'm okay with that, Bear, because like I said, I mean, sometimes in order to move forward, you got to do things to get, like, look, we've watched Breaker lose. We've seen Bronson Reed lose his last match as well. If we want to start to get that next generation going, to take their spots, like, this is where the veterans have to start taking, putting guys over. And this is what that was to me. That's how I saw the match. I saw it as the veterans putting over the next generation, which is what we need, right?
I don't have a problem with them putting them over.
Yeah, but it's not going to hurt them though. They're still going to come back and.
To me, it shows the separation between Jay and Jimmy.
Yeah,
because let's be real. Since Jay has yeeted up, it's JJ.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy ain't did nothing. Jimmy, look, and no, again, I try to make sure I'm not being offensive to people, but it's like Jimmy should be wearing the shirt Punk was wearing. I'm Naomi's.
Look. If you really want to look at it this way, Jimmy is Jay's. Oh shit! I had his name right there on my list. Shawn Michaels' old partner,
Marty Jannetty.
Okay, he is. Not every tag team is going to always. How rare is it where both guys get the rub?
No, get that.
Okay. Now, if when the Profits break up, I will put money on it that the Jannetty of that relationship will be Dawkins.
And Bear, you actually think the opposite. You said that on a preview while back that you think that Dawkins is actually going to be
the
sort of a breakout star.
What was funny to me,
I'm glad if I'm wrong on that too. To be fair,
what just was funny to me is the setup that they did on SmackDown.
Yeah.
Like, hey, he's trying not to hear you. He's not, and I'm like, oh wow, here we go.
Right. But he gives him that one pop though. But then after that, it's just kind of like I see Montez being the guy that goes from there. You know what I mean?
You know what?
Right.
I'll say this, and I think this will probably be a better comparison. If the Street Profits break up and they go solo, I think there'll be more of the Steiner brothers than, because Scott was the big star when they broke up. Rick didn't really go to Marty Jannetty status, but he kind of revamped his solo career when he was the dog-faced gremlin. He used to wear the leather jacket when they had like some motorcycle handles or something on his jacket.
Yeah.
So he kind of revamped his career with that. So because
Yeah,
I don't think Dawkins is gonna get buried like that. So if they do split and go solo, I would see their solo careers going towards that direction of the Steiners.
possibly, but I just see character when I look at the two of them together combined, they look great. But if you separate them, who has more of the personality and who has more of the entertainment value, right?
Oh yeah.
So Dawkins got to do some serious changing and really up his game in terms of character and everything if he wants to have that Rick Steiner's type of status, right? Because the way he looks right now, I'm not buying into him.
And I think that's why he's going to
As a
surprise
character,
a
not as a
lot of
person.
people.
And I hope he does. And I hope he does.
It because the one thing I like about them, he was the first to admit, yeah, okay, everybody wants him. Okay, I'm just going to use this as fuel. And look how he's improved in the ring. Look how he's improved on his mic skill. He's gotten better, and I think that Montez, everybody's like, oh, he's gonna be here, but it's gonna be a shocker when Dawkins like Dawkins.
And brother Bear, I hope I'm wrong in all of this, but the real litmus for me will be when he has to do it by himself.
Right, of course.
Currently, he's doing it beside his brother in arms, which gives him a sense of comfort and a sense of confidence because he has that there still. What's it going to look like once he has to do it by himself?
Motivation.
Like I said, I hope I'm wrong. I truly am. I want everyone to be successful. I truly do. Right. And I think a lot of these younger talents have a lot of tape that they can go back to now and watch to see the right way and the wrong ways of doing stuff. Right.
Right.
So a lot of this is going to fall on them and what they try to do. We're just here to talk shit.
Real quick, to go back to Jimmy Uso, I think the problem that they made with Jimmy Uso is they never gave him time to develop his own character after they split. Because of course, we saw how Jey Uso blew up as a solo star. Jimmy was still the playing henchman for the bloodline. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Then when he got away from when Roman lost the belt and went away, he got beat down by Solo and Tama Tonga. Then when he come back, it's still just like he's still kind of playing that sidekick. They never really gave him a chance to like develop a character for himself. It's like he gets the remains of like the Yeet character or the Yeet saying or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like honestly, they say Yeet, he say no Yeet, but it's just like, nah, man, that no Yeet ain't overpowering that Yeet, buddy.
Okay. So the reality of it is, if Eat didn't happen, if those 4 letters and that one word didn't happen, Jay would just be where Jimmy is right now too.
That's true.
To be fair. To be fair. And Jimmy had the disadvantage of being injured and not being on television for an extended period of time, while everybody was just, linking on to that one word. You could have put that word with anybody.
And
they would have had that success.
And people think I hate on Jey Uso because I say that all the time. Not that he's not talented, not that he doesn't work his ass off, but it's because of that catchphrase he got what he's gotten.
Look, man, bottom line is the Usos and even Seth Rollins last night, okay, they all looked slower than they usually have. It's a clear indication. These guys are, bless you, these guys are veterans, man. I mean, they've been around. Like, think about it, these guys have been around for a long, long time, right? Like a long time. Tamina was their manager when they debuted.
Yeah.
Okay, how far back do I have to go to give people an indication of how long these guys have been doing this?
Yeah.
And these guys did the loop.
Yeah. And I think they would.
Most of them.
Oh, go ahead.
The Bronsons don't do the loop. They never had to do the loop. They're the younger guys. You can physically see how slow most of the guys we are behind are slowing down now. Even Seth.
Yeah.
You know, we keep shitting on Punk how slow he is. Seth isn't that far behind now, man. That wear and tear is catching up on all these guys, which is why I'm saying having the Bronsons go over yesterday wasn't a bad thing. We need that now because it's like making those tough calls, okay? The Dallas Cowboys got rid of that Parsons guy, right? But at the end of the day, that move had to happen in order for it to grow. So the Usos slowed down, man. They're slower.
No, I agree with all of that, except that Michael Parson thing. That's a whole different
I didn't know
story.
what else to use as an example. Okay. When the Oilers traded Wayne Gretzky to the Kings.
No. I mean, I understand your point. It's just that person that is up there. Yeah, anyway.
When A-Rod left Seattle and joined the Yankees. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to find any example, right? Like unpopular trades and unpopular moves that needed to be done.
Well, I'll say this: the Cowboys could definitely use Michael Parsons right now because they're getting spanked.
It's a weird week. The Eagles look like shit. Everyone's looking like shit that looked great last
That's
week.
why I don't have the game on. I'm trying to stay positive.
I hate to say the only consistent this week is Seattle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And Pittsburgh going, woo. Okay. But that was a horrible game too, man. That was Fumble Fest.
Woo, man, that was crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I like Mike Tomlinson without a hat on. Does he look like Omar Epps?
Yes.
Like Epps?
Yeah, he did. He do.
I've heard that so many times.
Go Steelers. Okay, carry on.
All right, fellas, we want to talk about the third match, and I think this was probably the best match of the night. The women's vacated world championship. Stephanie Vaquer, Io Sky. Stephanie Vaquer wins the match. I got this one right. I think you guys picked. Yeah, you guys picked Io. I think this was the right move. They need a fresh face as a champion. You know what I'm saying? And I think if Io would have won, I think people would have been happy. But like I said yesterday when we was breaking down this match, I think Io is also getting to that point where she doesn't need the belt. Like she could put on a good match or have a good storyline without the title. And you kind of see that with her and Asuka. So I like the match. I think it was the best match of the night as far as like just in the ring wrestling and stuff like that without a big major storyline. So Sam, what's your thoughts on this match?
I'm happy I was wrong. I have no problem with Stephanie winning the title. I was wrong. I was wrong. I'll leave it at that. I thought it was the best match of the night. Part of me watched the outcome and thought to myself, did they do that because of what they did with Toni Storm? Right? Like, okay, we got to give them something here. Let's do this. You know what I mean? Like I said, the storyline's already built in with Io in what direction we're going to go. But the Kabuki Warriors didn't come out. This was clean. You can't. There was no interference. There was nothing. No one came out. So Stephanie Vaquer winning it, I love it. I think this is great. And it goes in with Sam's theme of the day. It's time. The transition has to start. You know, and this was great. I have no problem with it. I think it's going to be fun. I love to see where she goes with it. And I think that, you know, I'm not a sap, but I'm a girl dad. And that moment that she shared with her dad, ringside,
that was cool too.
That was awesome. You know what I mean? Like a part of me kind of wishes I could see that with my little one day, right? You know, when she wins the world championship, I'm just saying, right? She wants to be a wrestler. I probably that's probably going to change as she gets older. She's 11, but you know, I would support her if she wants to go to wrestling school. Yeah, dude, I'm down, right? Like I'll be a wrestling dad. Like I'll wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and drive her 4 hours to the closest wrestling school, right? So I'm happy with it. I'm glad the match was great. The highlight of the night.
Definitely. What's your thoughts, Professor Bear?
Yeah, like Sat, I'm glad I was wrong. I told y'all in the prediction that was the hardest one for me because they're both capable of running with the title. I think that yeah, definitely the match of the night. They put on a great show. Was satisfied with it. Now it's just okay, where they go now.
Mm-hmm.
That to me, it's like okay, now who's going to be the heel that challenge her for the championship? I almost hate, and I hate to even say this, but it's like now that Becky's strong arming the Intercontinental title,
Yeah.
again, we're back to the same issue of who's going to step up to challenge, be a credible challenger for the world title. And
If I may, I think Roxanne.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think she'd be a perfect.
And they have history. They have history. And if we're going young, if we're going with the new kids and stuff like that, Raquel Rodriguez is fresh.
yeah.
She hasn't had a run yet. Mommy doesn't need it. Mommy's at that level now where mommy does not need a title to be mommy. Her presence alone is sells.
Oh yeah,
Right? You know,
But
she doesn't need the title. Io doesn't need the title. We saw that. Io is strong without it. You know, her and mommy are on that island together.
yeah.
You got a built-in feud with Asuka and Kairi right now with those two. And I think
Mhm.
right now you look at Judgment Day, they don't have a title. Not much is going on with those two girls.
Yeah.
This would be great. You know why? Because you go up against Roxanne. Somehow Roxanne wins it. Guess who's coming back eventually?
Liv Morgan.
Yeah.
Yep.
Liv is coming. You got a built-in story right there. So you got a lot of stuff that you can do with her. And I think right now, hey, Zach, I think Roxanne is the guy or girl, pardon me, to probably be that. And she's truly the most heel of all the heels that are on that roster right now.
I agree. I will say this though, with Crown Jewel next month, and I think it's supposed to be in Australia, I wouldn't be surprised if Rhea Ripley gets the first is Stephanie Vaquera's first title defense. I don't think Rhea's gonna win because it wouldn't make no sense to put the belt on Stephanie Vaquera and then have her lose it next
No,
month.
it would be Stephanie against Stratton.
Oh yeah.
Oh
because
yeah,
they're
that's
doing
right,
the-
because they doing the champion. You right. You absolutely right.
Right?
Yeah.
So that gives them some time.
yeah.
Right? That gives them some time to figure out everything. But you know what? Right call, guys. She's amazing. Right? Like every week she adds something to her repertoire of moves that we probably have seen if we watch her in Japan and stuff. But
Mhm.
the way they're building her up, it's great. Like,
Yeah.
this chick is legit.
Yeah. And you could definitely tell who they will run, who they about to push further when it comes to Stephanie Vaquera and Julia. You know,
Oh
she
yeah.
does have the women's U.S. title, but they not investing much in Julia as they are
I
in
think
Stephanie Vaquera.
I think they would have if they didn't have a high quota of the Japanese girls on that roster as they do right now.
That makes sense.
I'm just saying, right? You got 3 Japanese girls on Raw. She's the only one on SmackDown. They've given her what they can there.
Mhm.
But Stephanie just has the demeanor about her. I don't know. And you know what? AJ's around too. Who knows?
Yeah.
She's not going anywhere. She's here for a bit. It
Yeah.
wasn't a one-off.
I see her getting the Intercontinental title.
That feud isn't over yet. But like I said, I mean, you know, at some point they're all there.
Yeah, that's true. And you never know how the injuries play in
Right.
part of
Becky
any
and
of that.
Stephanie have never tangled. We've never seen them dance.
Yeah.
So that's
true.
new,
Yeah.
right?
And yeah, you know, it's kind of messed up, you know. Naomi is not on the roster, you know, not a bad thing that she got pregnant, but you know, just as a fan, she's not on the show because she was like really about to like kill it with this with her championship run. But with her being out, it just left it wide open. And
And
like I
that's
said,
fine.
they make
And dude, and when she comes back, she's just going to pick up where she left off, and I don't think she's
Oh,
going to
yeah.
lose a beat, right? You know what I mean? I
Oh,
mean, I will never forget. I will come back breastfeeding my baby if I have to, right? The fact that she called everyone heifers and this
Oh,
day
yeah.
and age, when you can't say stuff like that, and she's doing it, man. I love it. So,
Yeah.
good for her. She needs the break, and you know what? Maybe this is what we need right now in order to get the next bunch over.
Yeah, because if you
Right?
think about it,
It took Becky to get pregnant to get Asuka over.
that's exactly what I was gonna say. If you think about it, this is similar.
Yeah. The only difference is, Naomi called everyone out before she left, man. She was like true ghetto.
Which was brilliant.
Real gangster. Gangster, man.
Right. She kept it hood.
She became real.
Right. All right, fellas. The match that everybody was talking about, this mixed tag match, Seth and Becky versus CM Punk and AJ Lee. This was her first match back in like over a decade. I thought it was a real good match. I think we all picked AJ and CM Punk to win. Like I said, it was a solid match. It wasn't nothing classic or something that we'll remember, but it was something for AJ Lee's first match back in over 10 years. I think she did pretty good. But it'll be interesting to see what she does going along in one-on-one matches. So, Professor Bear, what's your thoughts on this match? And how did you feel about it?
I went and made dinner halfway through the match. I'm not even gonna lie, and this was a prime example of how much my wife knew. She was like, "You in here fixing yourself something to eat?" I was like, "Yeah." She's like, "Is it went off?" No. She's like, "Wow, you really must not be liking this match." I was like, "Nah." It was what I thought it was gonna be. I'm so sick of Seth and Punk. I mean, but I will get. You cannot take credit away from none of them. They did what they were supposed to do, but it was just not interesting to me. Sometimes you hit certain storylines, you can't refresh it.
Yeah.
I don't care what you throw in it still ain't gonna be good to me. And that was that. I was like, okay, yeah, Becky's gonna take the pin, blah blah blah. Now they had some great spots, some killer, but I was more into my peanut butter and jelly sandwich than this. I can't even lie.
That's what's up. Sam, what's your thoughts on this match?
So first off, yeah, peanut butter jelly sandwich for dinner, Bear.
Oh yeah.
Okay, fair play, bro. I understand what they were trying to do with the match, the anticipation of AJ, the anticipation of that hot tag. I think they overplayed it, and I think that's where Bear and a lot of other people became disinterested with this match because it just they took that angle too far before it became exciting. Now, my takeaway from the match is very simple, and I don't know if a lot of people will see it the way I saw it. You got to keep in mind, I don't care how much you train until you actually get in that ring and perform, you don't know what's what, okay? And AJ has the luxury of training with one of the best to have done it in CM Punk. And, training is training. She looked great for what she was able to do, but I think a lot of that credit has to go to Becky because she was the general in that match and she helped AJ look really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is what I was watching. Who's going to be the general in this match? I wasn't expecting it to be Punk or whatnot because this was about AJ.
Right.
The other three were just supporting actors for her. And I think Becky did a great job of making her look good, of executing the moves. And I don't think Becky gets enough credit for what she does with the younger talent in terms of working with them and doing those things to that's the true veteran in her. Right? So was the match great? No, it was okay. They could have done this on SmackDown. They could have done this on Raw if they really wanted to as a main event. It was what it was. Wasn't great. But yeah, it was supposed to play it the way it was. What excited me was how AJ looked, and she looked good. I'm excited to see what she can do moving forward. And Becky gets credit as well for making AJ look good.
Yeah.
I
Definitely.
will say this real quick.
Okay.
Whoever was the guy who took a picture of them practicing in the ring needs his ass fired.
Yeah.
They need to just no questions asked. You're gone.
Like we know that happens.
Yes, we do.
We don't need to see it. We don't need to see it.
Exactly. That's just like when Keith Lee won both the NXT and the North American title, and that wrestler put.
Yeah, I get you.
We know it's no kayfabe, but still, you got to act like it's kayfabe.
Let it be. Yeah. I mean, I think that ship has sailed, to be honest.
Give me another reason not to watch WWE. I'm okay with
it. Hey, shout out to Jamie Mendoza for leaving a comment. Also, CZ, he left a comment saying hello. Shout out to him.
I said hello.
Yes, you did.
And Crander Q also left a comment too. So shout out to you guys for leaving a comment and appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah, so let's go into the final match.
You didn't give your view on the match.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, Mike, what's your problem, man?
My bad.
Shit.
Yeah, I thought it was, like I said, it was a cool match. Like you all hit it right on the head. It was for AJ, and I'm just excited to see, or interested to see what she does next. We already know that Becky's gonna come out on Raw mad because she got pinned, and it's gonna lead into some match, possibly at Crown Jewel. Maybe I don't know what CM Punk is gonna do, but I definitely see a match between AJ and Becky coming soon. And like I said, with CM Punk and Seth, for some reason I see this story between them going on to WrestleMania. I could see it taking like a little break. This might be the start of the break, him having this match at Crown Jewel, Seth having a match at Crown Jewel. But I say towards the Royal Rumble, I could see them going back to this Punk and Seth Rollins story.
Yeah, I definitely can too.
I said right off the bat when he lost the title, when Seth cashed in, you can go back into our little group chat. You know, I said that will be night one's main event.
Yeah.
Right? And that's still going to happen, but everything in between there and now, there's going to be a little break. I think the break starts now, and we pick up again after the Royal Rumble. And it starts to build up again. Right now, Seth and Cody are going to go to Crown Jewel.
Yeah.
So that kills a month. Right?
Well, hey, and I just thought about it. Bronson Reed doesn't have anything to do.
That's true.
Him and Punk could dance for a while.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's a possibility, right? I mean, there's so many possibilities.
With Jey Uso being out, could you see a possibility of Jimmy and CM Punk tagging up with going up against the Vision, the Bronze?
Yeah,
just to kind of give them something to do.
I kind of almost want to see the Bronze do something different now. To be honest, man, I mean, as much as I love everything, here's what I am getting annoyed by. Every Raw, either CM Punk or Seth Rollins or the Bronze or Jay, any order, any week for the last 4 months. That's how every episode has ended.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's time we need a moment here just to switch it up. Go after different people. All right. The MFTs are not having their feud anymore with the Wide Six. From what I understand, what I've read is the Wide Six are just going to focus as being champions, and they're going to figure something else out for the MFTs. Why not let the Bronze beat up the MFTs for a while? They got a Giant, they got a Solo, they got a couple of Tongas. Stories right there, man. Hey, you beat up the Oracle. We're coming out for you now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Right?
that would be interesting. That'd be
It's something
interesting.
different. I'm just saying. I don't know where Punk goes. You know, maybe Punk in LA Knight. That's unfinished,
That's true. Yeah.
right? I mean, anything but that now.
I feel you. All right, we about to talk about the last match that happened last night. Cody defended the championship against Drew McIntyre. This was a pretty good match. It was pretty solid. You know, Drew got his licks in on Cody. Cody got the comeback and he got his moves in. I picked Cody to win this. I just didn't see a scenario of Cody losing, but you guys had me kind of like worried when we was talking about like the major surprises and stuff like that. So I'm gonna start with you, Bear. What was your thoughts on this match?
It was a typical Cody match. I guess the only thing I would say that confused me was where Cody was playing like he was still concussed. He just wasn't moving crisp. And I'm like, okay, what are they going to do with this? Is this going to be the excuse of Drew winning? And I love Cody. Do not get me wrong. I love Cody. But how can you justify Cody taking all these claymores and kicking out of them? I mean, Cody is not, he's not Brock. He's not Roman.
Yeah.
And again, Cody, I love Cody, but it was just I just didn't get it.
Yeah, I feel you. Sam, what's your thoughts on this match?
I think the one thing that no one's really talked about is how Drew got screwed over in the match. Like, let's not forget, he got screwed over. He legitimately got screwed over. The heel got screwed over.
Again.
And I'm referring to the point where the referee left the ring and came back and wasn't able to do the count properly. I don't know if that was an actual mistake or a flub or the way they made it looked like he got screwed over, right? Cody, I think we're starting to plant the seeds of the eventual heel turn. Now, as far as him being able to kick everything out, that's just them putting him in the same sphere as a Brock and a Roman to kind of sell him as that type of champion, right? Like a Cena type of deal, right? He's truly not that guy. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're making us believe he's that guy because of the titles he's holding. Like, in a way, they're making him into a John Cena type of character. Or we want to see him as a heel, but they won't let it happen.
And I think where you said that Drew got screwed, of course, this is going to be where he's going to be able to come back at him for another run.
Yeah. No, but that's the thing, right? Like, I mean, I would have been happy if Drew won. I think because he's deserving of it. All stories aside, the man deserves it.
Yeah.
Plain and simple, right?
Yeah.
But on the storyline side of it, I could see this turning into where, you know, Cody, now we're starting to see a little bit of the heel stuff, right? Maybe this is that transition we're getting. And with Drew, how can you doubt the man? This is where the fans are going to get behind him. How can you doubt the man who's been right about everything he says?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He just goes about it the wrong way. That's it.
Yeah, that's true.
Character-wise, right? I'm just saying, it's built in. And how fickle are fans? God bless us all. In one show, we could be booing the one guy, but by the end of that night, we all love him and want to take him out for dinner.
Right.
Those are wrestling fans, people. That's what we are.
Yes.
We show up at the match with the pitchfork ready to poke you. But for some strange reason, by the end of the night, if you will it, we want to take you out for dinner.
Oh, yeah.
We forget super fast. That's why I love wrestling.
Definitely. So I got a question because I seen this. I saw an article. Cage size seats was kind of like doing a stock report or whatever. I guess like they power rankings.
Sure.
They said that they had Brock Lesnar number one after Wrestlepalooza. And one of the things that they said is that they should put Brock Lesnar in the WWE Championship picture now. Do you think he should be back in the title picture?
No.
Hell no.
No. Brock doesn't need the title. What Brock does is what Brock does, okay? He's just
Leave
going to
him.
run around, rip shit up, destroy things, and leave.
Leave him the superstar that doesn't need anything.
He doesn't need anything, man.
He just loves to cause havoc and destroy. Leave him as that. Because if you put the title back on him, you're going to see people check out. As much as I know there are a lot of Brock Lesnar fans out there, even I've heard Brock Lesnar fans say, man, if he gets the title, that means we're going to once every 6 months.
Yeah. Hey, look, you know what? I get it. He's a spectacle, and it makes the title special when that happens, but prolonged, it's too much, right? Look, Brock Lesnar does not need the title. Look, again, while we're sitting here, while you're talking, I'm booking shit in my mind, man. What? How? Maybe Brock is playing Paul.
Yeah.
Maybe he's working with Roman. Where's Roman fit in all this?
That's true.
Right? Maybe him and Roman are going to be the new Brothers of Destruction.
Or what the 2-man power trip, like Triple H and Stone Cold.
That's it. Those two dudes. Can you imagine if they were working together?
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Right. For the man who lost everything and they had that one common thread. They got screwed over by Paul.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Brock doesn't forget, man. You gotta remember, Brock got screwed by Paul in order to appease Roman.
And you got
that hasn't been answered for.
Well, you got to remember this too. Didn't Brock lose to Seth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And wouldn't this what's that old saying? The enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Exactly.
Honestly, if you keep it real, CM Punk, Brock Lesnar, and Roman Reigns could form a faction and just all three guys that used to have Paul Heyman as their guy. Now they can come together and bring the whole vision down.
Brock hates CM Punk though. Well, he doesn't hate him. I know Roman hates him, but Brock and his mentality, he could kill Punk the minute he gets a chance to.
I gotta say though, Brock Lesnar, I've always said this guy can't get any bigger. This dude looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't care, steroids, whatever. It is what it is. No one was complaining when McGuire and Sosa were hitting the long ball, right? Until it became trendy to be against it.
Yeah.
Right? We all love it when it's happening.
Right.
No one's complaining about shit when it's actually cool.
Right.
Right or wrong, I'm just saying.
No,
what it is.
You're 100% right. And the first thought that came to my mind is R. Kelly, because they wasn't complaining when he had them hits out.
No one complains when you're on top of the game, right? We seem to have blinders on when it suits us, right?
Yep.
I mean, I don't understand why they go after baseball and all these other sports. I mean, you really want to stop steroids? Go to bodybuilding. Why isn't bodybuilding ever brought up in the steroid scandals? I mean, shit, if there was a walking billboard for steroid use.
all them bodybuilders would be suspended, banned, barred.
No, there would be no bodybuilding.
Yeah.
We go back to the days of Frank Zane.
Because some of them people, they muscles be bigger than they head.
I know.
Dude, all I'm saying is it's weird of what direction that these, steroid people wanted to go into.
Mm-hmm.
Just insane. Is Brock juiced up? Sure, but he looks amazing.
Yeah. I think he probably
true. He looks great.
Yeah. He probably
better than he did in his prime.
I would say he probably take like a little supplement or something like that, but I think all that is just straight weights. I think that dude is
no,
like
dude, he supplements my ass, man. That guy's on a cycle of D-ball, T-ball. Dude, I'm legit. Like, I'm a huge bodybuilding guy. Like, I know a lot of bodybuilders.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's on TRT. This guy's on D-Ball. This guy's on Trend. This guy's on, he's on all of it.
I know one thing.
There's
If
no
I was
way
in
to know.
if I was in WWE and I found out Brock was on the show, I would keep my gun on me at all times because you never know when he'll flip out, want to do something. I had to lay him down.
Hey, dude, absolutely. Look, the best example to show you what happens when he stopped taking the juice, it's The Rock the way he looks right now. The way The Rock
because I did see he lost a little weight. But
little weight my ass, man. He lost all his muscle mass. He stopped his cycles, dude. Dude, that dude's on T-Ball. He's on Trend as well. There's no way he can have that. He's not natural in any way. Yeah, and you can't even get mad at me. I'm not even going viral for this comment, man. That's just a fact. Okay.
Because Batista lost a lot of his muscle mass too, didn't
he? Oh man.
Batista went off the juice too. They all went off the juice, man. That's what happens.
That's crazy.
Dude, you go off the juice. Okay, here's the thing. Okay, you look at a real bodybuilder. His name is Franco Columbu. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, Franco would have probably been the biggest thing in bodybuilding if he didn't have to go up against a guy named Arnold Schwarzenegger. Okay. You look at what Franco looks like now compared to what he looked like. It's night and day because he's not on the juice. That Rock that we saw is juice free. That's what he would look like if he actually trained. Like when he came out of Hollywood, remember when he came back from Hollywood the first time? That was natural Rock.
Yeah.
That's what he looked like. He became a monster after.
Yeah.
And just for clarification, all these guys mentioned, y'all come after me. I am not about that play. I'm not about that play. So just remember that. Just remember that.
Hey, no, we're not saying nothing wrong. Each of their own, bro. Like, honestly,
I'm saying that too. Each their own, but I ain't about that play. That's all I can say.
Yeah, no, I get it, man. But you just rampant. It is what it is. Yeah. We never complain about it when it suits our needs, man. Like, and I remember because my Cubs were involved, right? I knew something wasn't right with Sammy, and I knew something wasn't right with McGuire. Look at Barry Bonds' head, how big it got from the time he was in Pittsburgh to the time he got to San Francisco.
Yeah, because Barry Bonds was in the mud in Pittsburgh.
Okay, his head got big. It blew up, man. These guys are doing TRT. TRT are growth hormones, man. It like natural skill aside, you still have to have eye-hand coordination to hit a ball. So that steroids didn't help them there. They already had that. That's a natural gift. Yeah. But the power they got, it's from the steroids, right? McGuire blew up. They were all skinny boys, man.
I would say the only person in that era. And not to switch over from wrestling to baseball, but just real quick, I would say the only person in that era that I think that didn't take steroids, and unfortunately, injuries kind of like stalled his career, and that's Ken Griffey Jr.
I have spent many a day at that ballpark in Seattle watching Griffey play, and if there was anyone who got screwed over by that steroid generation, are guys like Griffey. Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right.
I think
he legitimately was that guy. I watched him play. I got to see him in his prime. He got screwed.
Yeah.
Right?
Definitely.
Even the pitchers were on the juice.
I definitely got to see him play when they came to play the Tigers at Tiger Stadium. So definitely he was that guy. I think he would have been the GOAT if he never would have got injured.
He was the GOAT, right? Like even in MMA, George St. Pierre is probably one of maybe 4 guys that were clean. And he beat everyone up, even the juice heads.
Damn.
The only reason I would not put Anderson Silva on my Mount Rushmore of MMA guys, because he was juicing too.
That's interesting.
This thing, Conor, as much as everyone hates Conor McGregor, the man never juiced.
I could see that because he don't look.
No, he juiced after he left.
Oh, okay.
For sure.
Okay.
But when he was competing, he was never juiced. Who's that dude? The best, the GOAT they call him. What's his name? Oh, heavyweight now. You know who I'm talking about.
I know who you talking about. I can't think of his name right off the top of my head.
He's a big juice man too.
Yes, but it's crazy because I think that a lot of these guys get passes. I would definitely say that, you know, they especially if you a top
honestly,
star.
I just say open it up to everybody. You want to juice?
Yeah.
You're not hurting me.
Yeah,
And quite frankly, at the end of the day, when you're all juiced up, you guys play the best, and we all love it. We all tune in.
yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
We're just as fault as fans.
Oh yeah.
Yep. You're right about that.
That's it. Very simple. I mean, call it spade a spade. I mean, we're all spades then.
Definitely. So real quick before we
I'm sorry, man. I'm just that mood today. I don't know if it's the first day of fall. I'm just
it's all good.
This is as hard as you see Sap, man.
So before we get up out of here, let's give our overall grade of WWE Wrestlepalooza. This is their first so-called major event that is supposed to be now. I'll let you start, Bear. What's your overall grade of the PLE?
I would give it a 4 out of 10.
Okay. I feel you on that. What you got, Sam?
Yeah, man, a low C, and that's like basically, you know, that teacher who gives you that one mark that gets you to a C for writing your name right. You know what I mean? That was the difference between the D and the C, was that you got your name right. Look, the show was okay. I don't know if it would have been a higher if it was the only thing that I had to consume that day. But based on the show that we didn't talk about, you know, I thought that show delivered better. You know, maybe they had something right by putting it on early, because by the time we got to that other show, or the show that we're talking about, a lot of us were tired.
And it's funny that you say that, because they brought that up in the post.
Oh, they did?
They brought it up to Tony Khan. They said, well, you know, the last 3 y'all had to do for whatever reason in the afternoons. Is this something we can look at? He said, possibility. He's like, I think, and you know, I was saying it beforehand that I thought that is a great time frame and it's gonna catch on. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, we're gonna do some serious consideration about it.
I like to see the numbers first, though, Bear, to see how many people actually tuned in. Because you got to think about it. If you're going across the country, yeah, the best time is for you guys. It's 3 in the afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
How many people bought it on the West Coast where I am? Like, I was in the position where I could watch it because of where I am on the weekends, right? But how many people actually bought it on the West Coast?
Yeah.
In real time. I'm sure a lot of us probably bought it, you know, after the fact, or came into it after the fact, but that's lunchtime. That's midday.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And for a lot of dudes, that's where you actually have to do all your chores, because you don't want to sacrifice your time on Sunday for football.
Well, and that's what I was going to say, too. You got to realize that they were going up against college football. Both. So that definitely will play a part in it. But once you get out of the football season, I think that's just
it gives you something, right? Like, how many dudes on the West Coast were in Costco with their wives at noon?
Right.
But if you think about it, how many guys on the West Coast wife are gonna say, yeah, go ahead and watch it because we got date night tonight? You ain't got no excuse.
But we see most guys on the West Coast, and most guys in general at this time of the year, if you're a football guy, which most of us are, we try to schedule all our shit on Friday and Saturday so we're not bothered Sunday.
That's true.
Yeah. Right? Maybe housework, maybe shopping, all that stuff, right? And you're the model husband, boyfriend, partner for those 2 days, so you can just be left alone on Sunday.
That's true. That is true.
I mean, both shows probably took a hit.
Yeah,
Mhm.
after it was all said and done, I think WWE is not going to get the numbers they were hoping for,
Yeah.
and I think AEW is going to get the numbers not that they were hoping for. Is going to be better than they anticipated. I
Yeah.
think it's going to be. I think it's going to be a good balance of both. And,
You know
and,
what?
and the reason I say this is because the way they started, the like we talked about, the matches were really entertaining, and it had some good surprises that nobody saw coming. It was a few of them, and I thought, wow, this is wow. They ain't here for play. They trying to show WWE,
No, dude.
okay.
Honestly, I how many times have I asked you, where's Jack? Where's Jack?
Mhm.
And we got that last night on that show. But in terms of what you said, Bear, I agree with you wholeheartedly. But I think WWE will still come out with a greater viewership,
No question about it.
right?
I don't think.
I think, like I said, ultimately, what I see with this ESPN deal now, it makes sense to me. This is really going to latch on with the casual fans because a lot of them have access to it now,
Well,
more so than even Netflix, in a way.
it will once they get it straightened out because
Well, no, 100%. And I think ultimately this will benefit AEW because then, hey, because look, if you find something you like, okay, and a lot of these new fans that are going to come on and say, hey, what's this WWE stuff? Oh, okay, well, checking it out. New kids, new people, blah, blah, blah. But wait, is there something else? Like, you just don't want to drink Coke all the time. I'm going to find, is there a Pepsi version? And that's where
well,
AEW can now pick up on that as well. So I think this is great for wrestling overall, people. It's
well,
going to
and
benefit
something.
WWE right away, but in the long run, it's going to make wrestling good for wrestling overall.
So I'm glad you said that because I meant to ask both of y'all this one.
Mhm.
What happens if Netflix buys WB? Y'all heard this rumor, right?
Oh yeah, I
Yeah,
did hear that. Yeah, that they trying to
Now
buy.
that would make some interesting drama.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
would be honestly tell you right now, the money is too big with WWE. I hate to say it, but AEW would probably will have to find a new home.
Yeah.
If it wasn't in the billions of dollars that they signed up with WWE, maybe this drama would prevail. But if that happens, I almost feel that AEW has to find a new partner.
Well, but
They won't stand a chance.
I agree with that. But here's the thing: once they buy it, they got to live up to that contract. They can't just kick them off.
Yeah,
Mhm.
And if they do, they got to pay that money.
Yeah.
So
but
that's why I said
they won't put any resources to them though.
right. But it's still going to be an interesting time if they get it.
Oh, yeah,
That's my whole thing. I'm not saying it's going to
yeah,
be it's going to do numbers on both ends or whatever, but
yeah.
it would definitely be interesting.
No,
And
100%. I mean,
I hope
TKO is already there with the Paramount side of it, right? So and we know that HBO Paramount is kind of got a partnership with AEW already. So it's not necessarily wrestling that's coming on Paramount, but it's the other part of TKO.
right.
So we're
I just
seeing
hope
them put their grips on it slowly, man.
I hope and pray they don't get it because I've said it from the get-go and I say it to the end. Monopolizing is never a good thing.
No, and then you know what? Peacock's not going to have anything. So you know what? You got Peacock,
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
right? You got
Yeah,
USA,
definitely. Definitely.
and they already run some of their shows on USA, anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Just saying, man.
it's gonna be an interesting couple of months
Couple
going
of
into
months, yeah.
2026 to
Yes,
see,
sir.
what happens with AEW and WWE with the streaming services and everything. And
Yeah.
it's just the beginning of things to come. I could it sounds like it might be a war that's brewing slowly but surely.
It's an exciting time to be a wrestling fan if you just accept wrestling for what it is, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Stop being keyboard warriors and stop shitting on stuff.
Right. Well, fellas, I appreciate you guys once again, like always, coming on and dropping wrestling knowledge, and we just here chopping it up like we always do. I'm gonna start with you, Bear. Where can the people find you?
You can find me. I'm on pretty much all social medias. Eventually, I'm going to be more quality where I can tell you what site and how you can find me. But definitely Facebook, 9 times out of 10, you find me there. A Bird's Thoughts, we're coming up close to our 50th episode. I want to thank everybody who's watched. Thank people who supported. Thank all the people that's coming on the show and dropping knowledge and giving people and let them know there's alternatives to the big ones. And as always, thank you guys for doing what you do. Thank the fans for doing what you do, because without them, there is no us. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Definitely. Brother Sam, where the people can find you?
Yeah, man, I find a real simple way of saying this. I said to you yesterday too, Professor, you can find us all on Google. Just type in 313, type in at Samp and Chat, type in Professor Bear. You'll find all our links there. We all are a part of the WSN network. We're on Patreon, we're on Twitch, we're on Roku, we're on Apple TV, we're on YouTube separately. All together, though, we're all on, WSN, all major platforms. Man, there's no way you can't find any of us. And if you can't, shame on you. That's it. Bottom line.
Sweet. You can catch wrestling from the 313.
You can't find us.
Of course, catch me on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, WSN as always. And just want to thank everybody for watching this weekend, leaving comments, and just make sure you like, follow, and subscribe all our pages. And we're going to be back again very soon to do it all. And this is the main event roundtable. So for my guests, Sam, Professor Bear, I'm Mike D. Thank you again.
Very quickly, sorry. Shout out to Joe Monroe, who's not here with us.
Shout out to Joe, too. Shout out to Joe and Joe's cat.
Joe's cat.
Always.
The original star of it.
Definitely.
Does the cat have a name?
I can't remember.
You know what's good? I don't want to know. It's just Joe Monroe's cat.
Working on that merch. Joe's cat merch is coming soon.
I'm telling you, man, I will be the first one to buy it.
Definitely. So for my guests, once again, Professor Bear, Sam, it's your boy Mike D, wrestling from the 313. Catch you all soon. Enjoy your week. Peace.